Hey guys, my name is Matsumiyo, and today I'm excited to say that Ubisoft is finally taking some action. You guys may have noticed lately, especially on console, that players have been lagging out servers. You might be playing your ranked game, you're going 3-0, you're thinking that it's going to be an easy win, and then out of nowhere, everyone's ping skyrockets to 4,000. You can't even push the objective because you're lagging and rubber banding all over the place, and then all of a sudden it becomes an automatic loss for you. It's incredibly frustrating when something like this happens. Now, this isn't the servers all of a sudden having some sort of random malfunction. It's because players are DDoSing them, they're denying the service and lagging them out intentionally. Now, this has been something that's been going on for a really long time now. I've heard reports of this for months on end, but especially at the start of Ember Rise, it's become a lot more frequent. Some people are saying that like 5 out of their 10 ranked games, if you're in that Platinum and Diamond range, are having these issues. And so I'm happy to say that Ubisoft is finally taking some significant steps to resolve this issue on basically all fronts. And so the first thing that Ubisoft is going to be doing to try to resolve this issue is that they're going to be reducing the amount of matches that happen on a server. Normally, there are 3 games going on at any given time per server, but they're going to be reducing that down to 1. The reason why they're doing this is that if you're playing a casual game and then all of a sudden your ping skyrockets all the way up, or the server just dumps and you all get back to the lobby, that's not because someone was trying to win a casual match. That would be pretty pathetic, but it's because someone else on a different game is trying to get that advantage, but it's affecting those 2 other matches. And so by reducing it down to 1 game per server, this will hopefully alleviate the problem significantly. This, according to Ubisoft, will have a 66% reduction in the impact of these DDoSes occurring, which is a pretty significant amount. The next step that Ubisoft is going to be doing to try to resolve this issue is that they're going to be going after the players specifically who are using these DDoS services. If you are constantly lagging out servers, they now know who you are and they're going to be banning your accounts. This isn't going to be some sort of slap on the wrist where after a couple of days or 30 days, you're going to be able to play again. It's going to be permanent, as it should be. Now, obviously, this isn't a perfect solution because players could just simply buy another account and level on up again, but these players clearly want to do well. They cared about these counts enough and their rank enough to actually do something that is this extreme. Going after the actual servers is not something small or insignificant. Like, this is a really big deal, and so by banning these accounts permanently, hopefully that will be a pretty clear indication that this is completely unacceptable and that this will deter them in the future. The next step that Ubisoft is going to be taking is that they're going to removing the escalating abandon penalty. You guys all know that if you leave a ranked game and you don't return, you're no longer able to play ranked for a short period of time. If you do this over and over and over again, that penalty gets longer and longer to the point where you're not able to play ranked for a couple of days to some extent. And so the reason why Ubisoft is doing this, and hopefully it's quite obvious, is that if you try to rejoin a server that's no longer available and then you get an abandon penalty for that, and it happens continuously and that penalty gets larger and larger, that's going to be incredibly frustrating. You're basically penalizing players that are just trying to play the game legitimately, but they are getting these kind of consequences. Now, apparently this isn't going to be permanent. They do like this system and they want it to return, but they're only going to do so once things stabilize. So over the next couple of weeks, when they go with this ban wave and they reduce the amount of matches per server, if things get better on their end, then they'll reintroduce it into the game. But until then, they don't want to penalize players who are just simply trying to play the game. Ubisoft is also going to be working with Microsoft and changing the way that packets are sent to their servers to make sure that this just simply doesn't happen as often. They can't go into the specific details on exactly what they're doing because that would kind of defeat the purpose. People would be able to then work around it, but what they have told us is that this is going to be implemented in early October and it should have a substantial impact on this problem. The final thing that Ubisoft is going to be doing is that they're going to be taking legal action against these websites and people that are hosting these kinds of services. Now, this is going to be an ongoing thing. It's going to be something that takes probably a long time, but hopefully this will reduce the amounts of these services that people will have access to. And so in general, and in combination with everything that we've talked about today, hopefully it is very obvious that Ubisoft is serious about this issue. I know that some people like to joke that Ubisoft doesn't care about their console community because admittedly, they were silent on this for quite some time, and this mainly is a console problem. It does happen on PC every once in a while, but Ubisoft has even come out and said that this is specifically a console issue that they're trying to resolve. But obviously, these things take quite some time, and so I think they could have done a better job being more transparent. The fact that they're taking all of these steps now is really good to see. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's short little update video. I hope you enjoyed. I know that many of you have been concerned about this for quite some time. Some of you aren't even playing Rainbow Six Siege until it gets resolved, and so I wanted to inform you that they are taking some steps, and hopefully it will become a non-issue in the very near future, but we are going to have to wait and see. But yeah, guys, until next time, have a good one, and take it easy.